Well, this morning we are on Lake Eufaula here in Alabama for the ABA, American Bass Anglers Team Bass Military Tournament. And it's a beautiful morning out here. We got a little high pressure situation. We're gonna see if these vets can go catch some fish out there. We're here in Lake Eufaula, Alabama for the ABA Military Bass Fishing Tournament, and I'm here with my good friend and former Navy SEAL, Ray Kerr, otherwise known as Cash. There's a bunch of vets behind us ready to rock it out and go catch some bass. What do you think about this tournament, man?
Really excited about this tournament, Tyler. Former vet, these are my brothers, I can relate. Want to get out there, talk to them, and see why they're here and what they're doing.
Awesome. Well, I got the fishing side covered. He's got the military side down. We're gonna go out there and see what these boys can do.
Of course, Tyler couldn't help try the bite for himself.
We'll take him. Now what we're doing is just swimming these little jigs right through the reeds. Sure enough, there he is. Lake Eufaula. See, baby? Ooh, they got some big teeth in this lake, man. Look at him shaking.
We quickly put a couple in the boat in the back there.
In fact, the spinner bite was turning on for many of the teams fishing the grass flats.
We got a limit. If we can pull 15, 20 pounds out of here, then we don't have to touch anything else and we can just save it. And we just go look for something different.
Without a doubt, there is a brotherhood between all branches of the military. But what happens when you put a retired Army colonel with an Air Force pilot?
I'm fishing with pig pen, that's what it is. I've
He
never
has spent
seen
more time
a
in the
dirtier
bottom
guy
of
in
the boat this morning.
Things can get ugly.
I mean, leaving stuff out, you
Lollygagging
twist an ankle.
around.
Be careful stepping around here. You break an ankle in this daggum boat with this jacket.
Tying knots. He overfilled the live wells, filled up the dry box, had to bail that out with his spoon.
Gave him the whole day off. Get ready yesterday, right? I get back to the hotel. Where'd I find him? The cover's off the boat. Everything's laying out in the back of the truck, and Tommy's in the bed. Okay, typical Air Force guy.
I was tired,
Laid
and I
up
didn't
in
want
the
to hear
bed.
nobody get up and
And I don't
pontificate for an
mean
hour
with
and a
his
half and
shorts
call
on.
it a safety briefing.
I mean, he was in his doggone underwear, and we near about had to put the dog on him to get him woke up. There he is. He's not big enough to kill. That fish been caught before. Too small for me. Maybe him.
It was an Army fish.
Air Force.
That's why they never grow up.
Biggest problem I had with Tommy during practice, he wanted to play with the doggone electronics because we finally got the side scans on here. So he thinks he's on a damn bombing run.
I'm glad all these people that own these docks you beating up are at work.
Well, I wonder what the poor folks are doing today. Good one.
I think
Dude, he's,
he too little.
no, get him in. Tommy, get me a bigger fish.
All right.
All barbs aside, these two are great friends who function well as a team and have earned the respect of being favorites to do well here in Eufaula.
So we fished the last 2 years together. I don't fish many anymore. This is the first one I fished in the last year.
Okay.
I just ain't had time.
Sure.
I don't know if he's gonna help. Nope. We tried. Nope. One, two, three. Two.
Of course, they still may disagree about how to get from A to B.
You know he does that just to aggravate me. You put a snake in this boat and we're gonna have work. Throw back.
Unfortunately, the fish they kept catching refused to be upgrades.
He's a chunk though.
Throw back.
You made me shave my legs for this.
I know, I'm gonna swing it.
Nope.
Many of the vets in this tournament support foundations, and for Deacon, it's a high school scholarship set up in honor of his son, R.W.
He graduated from West Point and then went to Ranger School and then deployed to Iraq. IED got him and his driver in an MRAP. He was just a great kid. We run a scholarship at his local high school there for those that carry on the spirit of what he believed in. They thought enough of him to name the field house and dedicated a post office in his behalf, the state of Georgia did.
Well, the guys are tired of hanging up on the docks, so they're making a move. We'll follow them and some other teams at the American Bass Angler Veterans Tournament when North American Fisherman returns. North American Fisherman is brought to you by Triton Boats. We take America fishing.
What we've got going on here is there's a bunch of grass here in Lake Eufaula, and the shad are spawning in this stuff right now. Now, what's happening too is the water has been coming down a little bit, so it's drawing some of these shad out of the grass. Big largemouth are sitting right on the edge waiting for these shad to come out, and they're nailing them. You know, there's bass, we're getting them, you know, up to 5 pounds or so in this grass right here. The technique is just ripping these spinner baits through, kind of bouncing it off the weeds. We're also swimming some jigs through the stuff. It's kind of the same technique, and there's plenty of fish here. You know, they're getting them all over the place, but the edges of the grass seems to be where they're concentrating.
Kick that buoy over.
There's brush piles down here. Get one fish off of it and leave it. Go to the next brush pile. We're about 13 feet of water. That's one. Got about 7 brush piles around.
Welcome back to the ABA Veterans Tournament in Eufaula, Alabama. The team of Collins and Hudnall are working structure on a new spot.
But it's a start. Spunky little monkey. When the fish pull off the grass, then they'll set up on these brush piles. He's not going to do us any good. Same size as the others. Yeah.
Good one?
I don't know. No, I don't. I caught the buoy line.
Well, I have to put something in the water in order for Deacon to catch it. I should get paid extra.
A little bit.
Did he go? Left side's heavier.
Left side's heavier. He'll go.
The thing about this lake here is it's controlled by a dam, so the level goes up and down. And right now, this water level is actually back on the rise. So a lot of these fish are they're in a transition mode going from deep water to shallow water. So we got these guys fishing the grass. They're trying to get the ones that are trickling back in. They're saying maybe tomorrow this is gonna bust loose and be on fire. We'll see. They're getting them. They got a limit, like a lot of guys, but it's about getting those big fish to win the tournament.
This is the ultimate cranking team right here.
One team that caught our eye was Mark McCowan and Paul Garrett.
We have got this worked out. The littlest crankbait goes on the inside and the bigger crankbait comes on the outside. And he uses his left foot and I use my right foot and we take turns trying to parallel the bank.
And bitch all the way down it.
And complain the whole way. There was a little bit of a shad spawn. This is a natural place for them, and I think they come right up here, and we can't catch them more than 3 feet from the bank. It's got to be on the bank, and it's got to be hitting something.
Makes it a little interesting in the afternoon with the wind because it's pushing us on the bank the whole time. We're trying to crank right on it and keep the boat off it.
Mark?
There
No.
I don't think he's gonna help us.
He ain't gonna help us. I got excited. I'm easily excitable.
They are part of the Real Men Fishing Team, a group of vets dedicated to a cause.
We talked to some survivor spouses of special operations soldiers, and special ops survivors came up just all the time with all of the spouses that we were talking to. Is one of the better organizations for helping out. So before we came down here for this, we were able to, from the team, make a donation to special ops survivors for $2,500, and that was a real proud moment for us. And then we work pretty close with taps as well, is another one that most of the spouses will agree with.
Of course, they pointed out some minor differences between Special Forces and regular Army guys.
We could start with physicality. We could start there and then kind of work our way around it.
Most of the SF guys are better looking, of course. A lot of the retired guys, we had to get the vertical lines on the slimming effect for their jerseys.
My thing is I'd say there are about 10,000 cheeseburgers behind me, maybe more.
This spot's getting pretty beat up today. There's not too many times you look out here where somebody isn't going down this thing. It reloads pretty good, so you just gotta time it right.
Our whole goal was to stay consistent, and I think we've done that, and so we'll see.
This bait we're using here is a really good search bait.
Dang it.
At least it's a fish.
As it turns out, these guys were part of the Real Men fishing team as well.
A group of guys that are all former military or special forces.
Our goal is to raise awareness about special ops survivor and taps.
It's been fun. I wouldn't go back, you know, if I had to go back, I wouldn't change anything.
I'm retiring soon though, so yeah. October I retire. So a little bit of a transition.
And I don't care if we win. I just like coming down here because it's fun.
It is day 3, final day of the ABA Military Bass Fishing Tournament here in Eufaula, Alabama. A lot of big fish being caught. There's some tight races out there. Anything can happen.
You know, I'm super excited, Tyler, because my guys, my Navy guys, are in second place.
That's right.
You know, obviously I'm pushing for the brotherhood, but
Sure.
It's any man's game. Let's see what happens today.
That's right. There's some big fish out there. Let's go get them.
Away from the rest of the world.
This team ran all the way up to the dam, where they caught the biggest bass of the tournament the day before.
The torpedo started coming and nailed it right at the boat, about 3 feet from the boat. She did not even know when she went in the net because she was still hot. This area's got a lot of ditches, a lot of different contours. It goes from virtually no water at the face of the dam, 3 feet, then a 7-foot drop, then it drops into 12. And a lot of structure on the bottom, a lot of brush piles. Overcast, a little breeze. I'll probably work this spinnerbait all day.
I was stationed down in Key West, and he was security down there. We only 2 bass boats in Key West, so we met at the tournament at Okeechobee. That was 1992, 91.
Right in that area. We'll measure him for 14, but I don't think so. Now he makes 13.
Good fish, Tim. Net.
You got him, Red. Well, be careful.
It's a big fish, buddy. Oh, come on, Tim. Jeepers. Get him in the net.
Don't worry.
Get him in the net.
Bring him over here. There you go, partner. You got him. Yeah. Now you know why I don't like your net.
That little fish on the side. Oh yeah, buddy.
Here you go, partner.
3 more, brother.
Yeah, I had to let Mike catch some today.
We're here in Lake Eufaula. See, the water level's down just a little bit. Usually right now there's a spawn of shad going on in the grass. Those fish have kind of pulled out of the grass through that drop in water level. So what these guys are doing is they're flipping spinner baits and jigs to these docks as the fish have pulled out into this deeper water. And they're getting bit. They've already got a limit, so they're doing all right. They're already culling fish. It's going to take 20, 25 pounds a day to win this tournament, I think. So we'll see if these guys can get them.
Up on stage, the team of McCowan and Garrett put together enough fish for a top 25 finish. Tim Ezel and Mike DiMatteo got their 5 and finished an impressive 15th place. And the Navy team of Ayers and Untaland brought in enough to take 4th place in the 2014 American Bass Anglers Veterans Tournament here on Lake Eufaula. Here's the top 5. Our thanks and gratitude go out to all the veterans who fish this tournament and for all they do for our country.
The ABA military tournament here in Eufaula, Alabama is winding down. All the vets did a great job, really brought in some big stringers of fish. It's an honor to be here with the vets like my man Cash here. What do you think about the tournament?
Well, Tyler, it was an absolute privilege and honor to be here with these fine vets. You know, great fishing, great stories. What a great experience. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, of course, and that's what it's all about. That's why we came up here, man. I think everybody did a great job. Well, that's it. That's a wrap. Let's go home.